right, so we're up to play 7. Forgive me if I'm wrong, if I'm losing count here, but I think it's 7 because we had a little quick pass, a little power run, then a QB dive, got a first down. Then we had a big pass to Kincaid. Then we had a little bubble to Diggs. So that's 5. And then we had a power run with another sugar huddle, and it's now 2nd and 6. And the Steelers are really on their hill. These first plays are scripted by Joe Brady, and he's done a great job, a nice script to start the game. You're mixing in, bringing in an extra lineman, heavy power. You got condensed spreads, wide spreads, fake RPO and fake RO in the second play. Little bits of quick game. They had a quick game on the first play, and then after that, you were going downfield more. But that you had the bubble. So the bubble screen. So the Steelers are all over the place, but Tomlin's also mixing a lot. He had 3 safeties the first play, then he had only 1 safety the second. He's been doing 2-4, 3-4. Hayward's been in, Hayward's out. Romo's getting all confused and thinking they run with Hayward out, but that's not exactly the case. So on this one, they just had their nickel guy in. Then they had their safety row right here was up in a nickel safety again. But anyway, now he's back deep. Casey is back out again. And they have Fitzpatrick coming up further up. And this is looking like a cover 6. So here's the thing about Tomlin, what I've seen over the last few years. He won't mix as much on the man and the match. Now, none of this is black and white, but he will tend to mix more when he's showing you one coverage look and go into another coverage look. That he'll do a lot. That's why in a couple of vids before and on my drive here, on my playlist, I was saying, he doesn't change much after the snap. And I'm like, wait, no, not exactly. So it's always hard to say. There's a lot to all this, but he will, like here he's showing what looks like a cover 6. Deep safe, deep half in the short zone cornerback. This guy will have a quarter and this guy will have a quarter. Some people like just to say quarter, half, whatever, but it's really what they called cover 6. Cover 2 on one side, cover 4 on the other side. 2 + 4 = 6. It's not rocket science. None of it ever is. But there's always reasons why they say things the way they say it. Okay. So in this play, what do we have? Do we have a nickel? These are 2 linebackers. That's Walker and that's Roberts. And we have a guy up here who is that still Sullivan, the nickel corner? Yep, that's Sullivan. So the nickel corner is back in. This is second play, I think. And then, so we got a nickel corner, 2 linebackers. And then we have, again, is this Diggs? It's probably Diggs, right? Unless Diggs on the inside. But we have Porter's always on a press. There's Patrick Peterson, the veteran, back here. Okay. And he's kind of directing guys a lot. I've seen that he does that a lot. And when you see a guy doing this a lot, you know that this defensive guy over here, the coordinator for the Steelers is Terrell Austin, the defensive coordinator, but it's Tomlin's the dude, man. And, there's and Terrell Austin too. I'm sorry. I don't mean to, he's a veteran, been around, done a lot of different defenses. So there's a lot of mixing going on. That's why guys are throwing their hands up in the air a lot. So, okay. So we have a deep safety. Okay. So what's coming here looks like a cover 6 kind of thing, or it could go into this guy comes down even more and it's just 1 deep safety. Then it could be 3 with a 3 match or something, or just like 1 match. So Josh Allen's right now looking at all this, trying to figure out. Now, does a quarterback like a Tony Romo when he played, or when Josh Allen's on the field right there, is he going like I'm doing? Well, we got a cover 6 or TAMPA2 or what's going on? No, he doesn't have time for all that. A lot of times what they're doing is just simply middle of the field open, middle of the field closed. When you have 2 safeties to each side, the middle of the field is open. When you have 1 safety deep, whether it's cover 1, 1 match, cover 3, 3 match, you have 1 safety. The other side, it could be cover 2, it could be cover 6. You have 2 safeties. Quarters, which is, people call it cover 4, but it's not. Quarters is aggressive safeties. Cover 4, no one really does that much, though the NFL is starting to bring it in. That's when everybody's more covering their quarter. But it's cover 4 because they're all covering the field deep more. Quarters, everybody's up more, and it's an aggressive style, and you come up for the run or the short pass. So anyway, okay. So, and it's a match coverage. That's why they say quarters. It's hard to explain, but it's like they're matching up. Cover 4 is more country cover 4. We just all have a piece of space, and that's it. Quarters, you have assignment, okay? So like if a guy's crossing you, the safety comes flying up on the crosser. That's the assignment oriented. So most people are doing quarters. Nobody does cover 4. Okay, anyway. So when you have 2 safeties on each side, 1 safety on each side, I should say, middle of the field open, MOFO. 1 safety in the middle of the field closed. That's all he's looking right now. We got open or closed. Looks like it could go to closed, but I think they're doing open. That's why he's looking longer. Now he's looking at what this guy's doing over here. What's he saying over here? I think this is a kind of a cover 6 kind of thing. And watch what they do. I love this from Tomlin. Boom. This guy starts dropping out. Now, did Josh notice that? Because you see the linebacker hanging out, but now the linebacker's coming up. Now Josh is looking at that. Okay, I think they're going into cover 6. Oh, he's backing back out again. So he's moving into a Tampa. There we go. You got a guy in the middle, moving back in. I sit in on the first play video of this playlist. Mike Tomlin learned from the Dungy, Monty Kiffin, TAMPA2. That's a guy in the middle, usually a linebacker, racing into the deep hole. I'll show you that in a second. So what we have here is, this looks like a safety either in cover 6 or could move back into a cover 1 or 3. So it's hard to tell, but based on this guy, it looks like we're doing a cover 6. Nope, we're doing a TAMPA2 or TAMPA7, and I'll explain the difference. Here we go. It can be a TAMPA5. I'm not going to explain that here. It's too much. I just want to do TAMPA7 too. 5's no big deal. I can do that another time. So here we go. So this guy's back deep, right? Wait a minute. Watch this safety. Right at snap. Boom. He's out. Fitzpatrick's out. This linebacker's out. We're moving back into Tampa 2 or TAMPA7. Now, what are the cornerbacks doing? That's going to tell you what it is. A cover 7 means all 7 guys in the pass defensive backfield, and we've got 4 guys rushing usually. It doesn't have to be, but we'll just do standard right now. Standard, conventional. 4 guys rushing. Now, zone blitz. Dick LeBeau, zone blitz. He created it right here in Steeltown. So out goes the linebacker. Really good guy over here. Highsmith. Am I saying that right? I forget this guy's great player. Yeah, Highsmith, great. Okay, because I don't want to say the wrong name for a guy who's such a good player. Highsmith is dropping out into coverage. A lot of people say, why would you take a great pass rusher? You just do it for variety. You don't have to do it that much, but you do it for variety. And look at him. Look at him backpedaling. The dude's athletic. Look at this guy. I love it. That is great. I would drop that guy more often. What a great use of variety to have a guy that talented to be dropping back like that. Wow. I played linebacker, so I'm just like, this dude's a monster over here. Look at the way he's dropping. He was a late bloomer in high school and college, and he really came on late. And he's a great player now, man. Okay, so Sullivan, the nickel cornerbacks on the blitz, 4-man blitz. Now these guys are going, when it's cover 7, everyone's linked together, and you've got, look, where are the receivers? This was made for trips. This was basically made for trips. This is just going to be quick game. I'm not going to talk much about the offense here. It's just back to quick game. You got a tight end over here. Looks like 3 receivers over here. Pro style, a little air raid-ish because it's a little spread out, but not that much. This is a pro style, pro spread. This is a pro spread. Yeah, look at all this room over here. They're not spread out that much. Pro spread's a little more condensed. And then they're going to spread out after the snap. Pro is all about spreading out. West Coast offense spread out after the snap. Look at these guys. See? You spread, boom, boom. We're going to have it all covered. See? Okay, and that's enough of that. So that's just quick game read. Now, this is the interesting thing. Defense right here. So we're going into the Tampa. Everybody take your spots. Now, how do I distinguish between 2 and 7? Okay? Again, 3 guys over here, you should have 4 over 3. But with 1 guy going into the deep hole, the hole area in between the 2 safeties, okay, then you don't have 4 over 3. You have 3 guys back there. You can only have 2 guys back there to do 4 over 3. So it kind of makes it more about defending the deep area. When you go normal cover 7, you got 4 guys over this 3 with a safety and 3 other guys. And they're manning up their areas. You usually have the cornerback will be playing more around here. You have 1 linebacker coming up in the flat and another linebacker. That guy running back in the hole right now would be right around here. It's almost a diamond effect. You have a safety here, 1 guy here, 1 guy here, and 1 guy up here in the flat. And you've got it all locked down. And they all move around like they're linked on a rope. That was the perfection, genius vision of Saban and Belichick. It's all linked together, and they all have just an assignment. And it's not that complicated as it looks. It looks complicated. You're locking down all the hole areas. And there's all kinds of assignments to cover up the holes, but you can never cover it all up. But it does it a lot. It's made for trips. to one side and 2 receivers to the other side, which the pros do a lot. College in the spread world, in the power spread world, they're fooling around a lot with all different kind of stuff. Like the go-go offense has 4 guys to one side all the time. But anyways, that's another story for another day. Pros mainly just keep 3 guys on one side, 2 guys the other, and you have 3 over 2 here. You have a safety back here and 3 over 2. But now that we're doing Tampa, so if you do a guy running back into the hole, middle hole area in Tampa, I call it TAMPA7 if you have what you call a cloud corner, okay? So watch this. Yeah, okay. See the way, so Porter looks like he's on press, but he's not. He comes off the press and boom, cloud corner. See how he's outside leverage? But he really doesn't. He really, look at Peterson over here. He's playing more of an up corner. That's the old way of doing the TAMPA2. And that's what I think Porter's supposed to be doing. I think Porter's just great when he's man on man, but he's supposed to be really on this guy. Okay, and so is Peterson on this guy. But he's watching. Everybody clouds a little bit. Yeah, it makes sense. But everybody's kind of linked together now. But the 7 is really about being linked together. It's called Cover 7 because all 7 guys are linked in a shell. That's the cover shell. TAMPA2 is based more on in between a Cover 2 and a Cover 3, but these guys are just underneath the zone. They're not linked they're not linked together, roped together as much. That's the way I understood it. Talk to Nick Saban if you want to get the exact details of it. I'd love to talk to Nick Saban about it, and he would set me straight. I'm sure some things I'm missing, but the point is, what happens? And here's the point: when you're doing like a Cover 7, this thing is taken care of by this linebacker. But because this guy's out in the hole, because this linebacker has to come out and watch this area, and now we've got this guy, which is a problem. It makes better for more deep down the field coverage on that TAMPA7. Or TAMPA2. So TAMPA7's got all this covered in here, but then the flats are open more, okay? TAMPA2, the flats are covered, and this guy should be up here more like Peterson's getting ready to come up there. Watch. See, he's ready for that. They're both ready for that. But it leaves the middle area, short middle open. There he is. There's the Tampa guy who raced back, okay? So I think when you just have your regular Cover 7, all this is covered. You got all this covered, but you got a problem in the whole area deep. You do a TAMPA7, you got that covered, but then the flats come open pretty easy. This is more like TAMPA2. So I'm going to go over here. I don't know if this makes any sense. I'm trying my best here. Makes sense to me, obviously. Now, if you go, look, see that? Okay, again, let me distinguish here. Safety racing back in his Cover 2. Middle, the linebacker racing back in the hole area. Just a big hole for some reason. I don't know if they might be off alignment a bit. They might be a little bit off technique because this guy should be more back. And then these guys are racing out. See, because it's got a hole guy. This Tampa thing, they wouldn't have to. Now we're going to have a huge short hole area. Now again, if it was 7. The flats would be open more, but this would be covered. So this was a perfect quick game route design versus a TAMPA2. This is pretty much a TAMPA2. This is old-fashioned TAMPA2 kind of stuff. Most people aren't doing this now. But that's Tomlin for you. I'm not criticizing Tomlin. I think it's great how he mixes the old and the new. But most people are just doing the new, which would be this. He would be back further. This cornerback would be back here. He would be more ready for this. He would be more matched to this. He could match up on that. It's a kind of it's a zone match is what it is. This cornerback would be more on here. Everybody's matched up, but the problem is the flats, and he could just dump off to an outlet. Because it's TAMPA2, these flats are taken, but this guy's open here. And then the whole area is covered, but they're not going to the whole area. See, so they wasted it. It was the wrong call at the wrong time. I love it, but just look at the waste back here. You got 3 guys wasted back here. Nice little quick game. Perfect play against that defense. A quick opening and boom. Josh sees it right away and it's easy. And because it's so wide open, he doesn't just get a few yards. He actually gets, look at that. Oh, man. He got, how many yards did he get? 10? Oh, 12. 13. Perfect. To Diggs, of course. So there it is. There's always an issue in every single, the way Saban did it, he tried to cover almost every issue by having these, but that would mean every player has to do his assignment perfectly. And if it happens that way, then everything's perfect. But good luck. So, and then the other way you do it, you make it easier for the players and you cover certain areas, but leave holes in other areas. That's the way this is going. And, so a good job by the linebacker to get back up here and stuff, but just too late. It's just too late. And Roberts, again, he's coming off an injury, and I don't like his coverage. He's bailing out too far right there. He's got a safety back there. See, he doesn't even know what he's doing exactly. He should just be settling down here. He should be settling here. He's got a safety back there, and he would be on here quicker. He's way too late. Look at that. And then he's just stuck there. And actually, the younger guy, Walker, has been doing better in this drive. But then he misses sort of the tackle, but Diggs is a tough little guy to get. So there you go. So it's a combination of these guys, coming back after they've been missing time and trying to do these schemes. Okay, so another quick game, like the first play of the game. Boom. We got a quick game. We got bubble screens. We got powers. We got RPO. We got power spread. We got pro. Everything's going on. Tomlin's got all kinds of personnel mix going on.